What's up, guys? P3 Plays here, and today we got another box opening for you. And what we have is the Legendary Battle Deck Moltres. So give me 1 second, let me get this opened up, and I'll show you what this comes with. Alright, so I got it opened up, and this, like most of the other decks, comes with a playmat for you and another. And then the back has the rules for everything. We have your damage counters, poison marker, etc. We have a special edition game coin. We have the 2 Moltres EX and a Flareon. And I'll show you what these cards do at the end. We also have a sheet that just goes over the other legendary decks. A couple quick tips: Moltres, Articuno, Zapdos. And a nice little deck box. So let's open this up and see what's inside. We have a couple hollow foil energies. Eevee. And this Eevee's really good. Well, again, I'll go over this at the end. Moltres, Dark Energy, Trainer N, Professor Juniper, Plasma Energy, Switch, Shadow Triad, VS Seeker, a different Eevee, Ultra Ball, Hard Charm, Team Plasma Ball, Moltres Machine, Escape Rope, Team Plasma Grunt, Monferno, another Dark Energy, to go with your Umbreon, Skyla, another Plasma Energy, Chimchar, Infernape, Absol, Dark Energy, Lysander, great card, another Moltres, oh, there we go, another Chimchar, Snorlax, if you can see, there we go, Energy Retrieval, Monferno, another Umbreon, Dark Energy, Professor's Letter, another Eevee, Plasma Frigate, Trainer N, Ultra Ball, Team Plasma Grunt, Moltres Machine, Professor Juniper again, another Flareon, Gedis, Team Plasma Ball, another Infernape, another Hard Charm, Chimichar, and then a Dark and a Plasma Energy. So give me 1 second, I'll sort these out and I'll show you exactly what all these guys have for moves. Alright, so I pulled a couple of the cards out and I'll show you what each one of them does. You have the Plasma Energy, which is, it provides a single colorless energy. The Hard Charm, any damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to is reduced by 20 after applying weakness and resistance. A Team Plasma Ball. Search your deck for a Team Plasma Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. We have a Verse Seeker. Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. We have Gedis. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. Your opponent reveals his or her hand and shuffles all item cards found there into his or her deck. Then draw the number of cards equal to the number of item cards your opponent shuffled into his or her deck. Shadow Triad. Put a Team Plasma card from your discard pile into your hand. Lysander. Switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. One of the best cards you can find in the game. You have Geddis. Shuffle your hand into the deck, then draw a number of cards equal to the number of benched Pokemon. Alright, we have 3 different EVs, so I pulled all of them so you can see which one has which. The first one has 60 HP and Growl as its first attack, 1 colorless. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 20 before applying weakness and resistance. And then for 2 colorless energy, you have Quick Attack. Flip a coin. If heads, this does 10 more damage, so you can do up to 20 damage. Alright, the second Eevee has 60 HP. For 1 colorless energy, you have Signs of Evolution. Search your deck for 3 Pokemon of different types that evolve from Eevee. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And for 3 colorless energy, you have Bite for 30 damage. The final evolution of Eevee is probably the best one. When you attach a basic energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may search your deck. I lost myself, guys, sorry. You may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon that is the same type as the energy card that you put onto it. This counts as evolving the Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And for 2 colorless energy, you have Gnaw for 10 damage. So basically, the energy evolution, guys, if you attach a fire, like with this deck, we have fire and dark energy. If you attach one of those, you get to take either the Flareon or the Umbreon out, and Eevee evolves automatically. So it's a pretty solid play. Alright, the first one we have is Infernape. See, it's got 130 HP. Torment. Choose one of the defending Pokemon attacks. That Pokemon can't use that attack during your opponent's next turn. That's 1 colorless energy and does 30 damage. And Malevolent Fire for 120 damage. It's 1 fire energy, 1 colorless energy, and you have to discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Next we have Team Plasma Flareon. Vengeance for 2 colorless. This attack does 10 more damage to each Pokemon for each Pokemon in your discard pile. So that's base 20 plus 10 for each in your discard pile. And then you have Heat Tackle for 1 fire and 2 colorless. Does 90 damage, and this Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. So there's the Plasma Flareon. You have Team Plasma Umbreon. Does 100 HP. Its ability is Dark Shade. Each of your Team Plasma Pokemon in play gets plus 20 HP. So that's a really solid ability to have. And then for 1 Dark Energy and 2 colorless, you have Darkness Fang for 70 damage. Next we have Team Plasma Snorlax. It's 130 HP. You have the ability Block. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat. And you have Team Pact for 5 colorless energy. Does 30 damage times the number of Team Plasma Pokemon you have in play. We have Team Plasma Absol. For 1 dark and 1 colorless energy, you have Mind Jack, which does a base 20, and then it does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. And for 1 dark and 2 colorless energy, your opponent reveals his or her hand, and that does 60 damage. Alright, and finally, the whole thing the deck is built around is the Moltres EX, 170 HP. For 1 fire and 1 colorless energy, you have Destructive Flame. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to the defending Pokemon, and that has a base 30 damage. And then for 2 fire and 2 colorless energy, you have Power Flame. It's a base 80 damage. If this Pokemon has any plasma energy attached to it, this attack does 40 more damage. So that's pretty solid from a Plasma Moltres. You know, like I showed you earlier, the deck comes with a bunch of plasma energy. So that's a pretty solid card to have. Alright, so that completes this unboxing, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe and stay tuned for future videos.